And we welcome you to Lewis Downs in beautiful Gainesville, Florida, for the second race day of the second season of Chris Lewis's Google Sheets based horse racing simulation dynasty fantasy league. Of course, I'm Jimmy Rakes, your stride by stride guide for today's race day schedule. But of course, before we head out to the track, let's get a preview of today's action with the pregame show and our host, Chris Lewis. I think I
Oh,
might have
Jimmy.
missed the weather, actually.
Yeah, hey, no, that's all right. Right back to you for the weather. Here we go.
All right. We've got where's my screen here?
Oh,
We got good conditions are perfect in beautiful Gainesville. I know that. I don't need the screen for that. Um,
I
but
well,
there we go.
here we go. We got no rain. The dirt track is running fast. Turf track firm, and synthetic track running fast.
There we go.
That's all right.
Okay. So
All right.
good,
Yeah, I thought we'd
good
do a
day.
race.
Take it away, Chris.
All right, let's thought we'd do a race day one recap. So the big news is Pernicious wins the Saudi Cup, and Zach Stable got three wins. Last year's first win didn't come until day eight, so he really got off to a hot start this year. I'm sure it was a relief and just a fun day for him. The other stakes race, the Red Sea Turf Handicap, went to you, Jimmy, and Peter Berg. Um, but we got a new
Woo.
first place stable, and that's Alex's stable. Most of the climb can be credited to a second place finish in the Saudi Cup by his horse Checkmate. Uh, I was able to get a hold of Zach. He was agreed to do an exclusive interview with us today. Zach, you there? Thanks for joining us.
I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Good deal. All right. Well, Zach, you got off to a blistering start to the year, winning the first race of the season and the Saudi Cup. How did day one feel for your camp?
It was very exciting. Plenty of joy to go around, and it made just everything feels lighter now going for the rest of this season. Because, like you mentioned, I didn't get my first one till day eight. So if that was going to happen again, I was like, money could get a little tight there.
Yeah, well, good deal. Good first day. Good start.
Thank you.
Uh, you took an extremely aggressive approach in the draft. Pernicious showed up big and against the odds already paid for himself with the Saudi Cup win. But he wasn't even your biggest purchase. That honor goes to three-year-old Spencer's Airplane. What are your expectations and hopes for her this year?
So Spencer Airplanes is going to hopefully carry the torch forward on what we're starting to build. The whole thing in the draft was just kind of focus on the future, and the future arrived a little bit quicker, hopefully. So we can build on that success and just keep moving forward with, the older horses into the newer horses.
Very good. Yeah. All right. Hey, Zach, thanks for joining us. We won't hold you up any longer. Enjoy tonight's races.
Thank you.
All right. Short race day two preview tonight. There's 11 races. It looked like there were 12, but race number nine got canceled. It didn't have any entries. Races 11 and 12 are packed with talent. And there are four maiden races, which I didn't double check, but I think that's probably the most maiden races we've had on one day, which means we'll have at least four first time winners. All right, here's an update on the standings. You got before day one on the left and after day one on the right. The top three are each stable owners that moved up two spots. So your first place horse, as I mentioned earlier, or first place stable, as I mentioned earlier, is Alex's stable. Johnny climbed two spots into second, and Kalen climbed two spots into third. That's your top three. And then I highlight Zach at the bottom. So you can see he only moved up one spot, but look at the numbers difference from 203,000 to 631 made up a huge gap. Uh, so my graphic here, I already had quite a few arrows, but if I was going to add one more, Jimmy, it would be for you for the Red Sea Turf Handicap. You climbed the spot and added about 250 grand net on the day.
Woo.
All right.
Inching up there.
Here we go. Everybody's favorite. Let's get to the good stuff.
All right. Thanks a lot, Chris.
Here.
As we know, still looking for that first win. Um, and it's kind of a tough tough day to try and pick because a lot of the races, have the same grades in them. Um,
Yeah.
but it was even tougher trying to pick one from those top two races. So um, I did. Thanks, Andrew. Um, uh, so I did go with one of the races with all of the same grade. Um, but so yeah, we're looking at race number 8.
Race number 8, yes.
Race number 8, and what I'm going with is Red Scamper in gate number 8. As you can see there, career entries, 10 career entries, no wins, 2 shows, but I think they're due. You could argue, most races they're due, or most races you're always going to lose. But I'm going with Red Scamper is due, and we're going for the win here, not showing or placing. Going for the win.
Going for the
So,
win.
Red
All right.
Scamper from Brett's stable for the win in race number 8.
All right. And yeah, 10 career starts without a win or even a second place finish so far. So hey, we'll allow it. That's a dark horse.
Nice.
All right, one more look at the standings here. So we're about to head to the races, but I got an announcement. Your entry sheets and claim sheets are going to look a little different this week coming up. I've made some improvements. So now the sheets should tell you if you've entered a horse into a race it doesn't qualify for. I'll show you guys an example if you want. So this is set up for the next set of races, which you guys haven't seen yet. But I've got Kalen's up here. So just take my word for it. Race 1 is going to be available open only to grades I through K. So if I pick a horse that's grade K, hobby jogger, and put it in race 1, you can see it tells you the grade is okay, the age is okay, there's nothing wrong with the genders. If I pick a horse that's not in that grade range, let's say wind up delivery here instead, it tells you there's a grade error. But age is okay. Anyway, so if anything shows up black with red text, you've made a mistake, and that should tell you, and double check it for you. And then the claim sheet, it's all blacked out except for the actual claims races, so that it'll be easier, hopefully, to get the right column. So improvements. Hopefully that makes it easier.
Nice job, Chris. I like that.
Thank you.
Especially last minute Louis like myself who try to get the horses in and then they're like, wait, can I be in that race? I don't, yeah, no, that's great.
Sure. Well, good. All right. So race number 1, whoa, is here we go. Open to grades only J and K. You can see here we go. A little too zoomed in. 8 furlongs on turf, race number 1, 9 horses in it. So this is only the 3rd time we've ever had a race between just J and K grade horses, because the nature of it is they're on the far end of the bell curve, and there's just not a lot of those. In the other two times, the first one we had Cyrus Jones won, and you can see Cyrus Jones is the only one in the field with a win to date. The next time we tried to do one, it was canceled because we didn't get enough entries. And then the second time was Long Johnson was the winner, who's not in this race. So as a J or K horse, you don't get a lot of opportunities, unless you really overperform to, really compete and win races. But this is a good shot for these 9 horses. All right. So
Absolutely.
let's go to the turf track, Jimmy.
All right, let's do it. First race, day 2. 9 horses in the gate, and they're off. Hobby Jogger out to an early lead over Det Cetera. Windy City up into 3rd now. Zoom Legionnaire goes without saying. Calamity Junior Bacon, Cyrus Jones, and Face the Facts round out our field as we come down the backstretch. Windy City almost a half-length lead. Zoom Legionnaire and Junior Bacon making it a race as we go to the halfway point. Calamity now up into third. Zoom Legionnaire and Junior Bacon fighting for first, and Zoom Legionnaire zooming up with a half-length lead as we go to the turn. Junior Bacon right there. Calamity, Hobby Jogger, Windy City trying to make it a close race. Right now it's a three-horse race as we go down the stretch. Hobby Jogger closing fast. Half-length lead. It's going to be Hobby Jogger with the strong finish and the win for Kalen. Second, Zoom Legionnaire. Third, Face the Facts, followed by Cyrus Jones, Junior Bacon, Calamity, etc., Windy City, and Goes Without Saying. Once again, congrats to Kalen, race 1 winner.
You hear her go, woo.
No, I missed it.
Yeah, she's behind the microphone. But yeah, congrats, Hobby Jogger, grade K horse. Congrats, Kalen.
Nice. Very nice finish. It was a hobby sprint there. Hobby sprinter.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Jimmy, what are we looking at for race 2?
All right, race number 2. Back out on the turf. We've got a long one here, 11 furlongs. I's, J's, K's.
Oh, I to H.
Sorry. H-I. H-I's. H and I's. I don't know why I was doing it. All right. Andrew's got 2 horses in it, and our only or pardon me, Star Camaringo, if you notice there. 1 entry, 1 win. So undefeated, coming in here, putting it on the line. And a couple of free agents. We've got Nate in here with Swanson. And yeah, should be a close race with 2 I's and 6 H's.
All right, sounds good. Another one on the turf.
Yes. The fast, I got to write this down. Firm turf? Fast turf?
Firm.
Firm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All right, 8 horses in the gate, ready to rock. Out on the turf, race number 2 underway. Amplify out to the early lead, followed by Mix a Natural, Bite Size. The Wet Bandit now taking over the lead. Mr. Edward, Conspire, Swanson, and Star Camaringo rounding out the field. Andrew's other horse, Amplify, now up into second. Conspire and Mr. Edward in third. And it's Andrew running the race right now as we pass the halfway point. Amplify and Wet Bandit setting the pace. Mr. Edward and Conspire not far behind. Star Camaringo trying to make a run, but right now it's the Wet Bandit. Mr. Edward now up in the second, taking over for Amplify, but it's the Wet Bandit, Mr. Edward, Amplify, all coming to the line. The Wet Bandit with a slight lead, but Swanson's closing strong, very strong. Swanson, here he comes, but it's not going to be enough. Andrew and the Wet Bandit get the victory. Swanson settles for second. Star Camaringo, no longer undefeated, finishing in third. And then it's Conspire, Mr. Edward, Amplify, Mix a Natural, and Bite Size. Congrats to Andrew and the Wet Bandit.
Hey, congrats, Andrew. All
right.
All right.
Not both Wet Bandits, just one. Just the Wet
Yeah,
Bandit.
the Wet Bandit. All right, Jimmy. Looks like race 3 is on the synthetic surface.
All right. 8 furlongs. Bunch of G's. We got some OGs. It's the OG horse race here. Just 6 of them though. And Lightning Section, Spoinkinator, Chairman of the Board, Master of the Domain, Sincerest Form, and No Fanfare, all with no wins, places, or shows.
Nobody's even had a top 3 finish. They're all 3-year-olds.
Which make
3-year-olds, but
well, let's get these horses some money here.
Yeah, here we go.
Let's do it.
All right.
On the synthetic track, they're in the gate and they're off. Sincerest Form, followed by Spoinkinator, Lightning Section, No Fanfare, Chairman of the Board, Master of his Domain there. But as we said, very close one. Chairman of the Board, slight lead over Lightning Section, Spoinkinator in third, but it's a 6-horse race as we come down the backstretch. Chairman of the Board holding off Spoinkinator, Lightning Section right there in third, and we're going back and forth. The back of the field also staying with us, No Fanfare, trying to stay there. As we come down the stretch, it's Chairman of the Board, Master of his Domain not far behind. Sincerest Form now up in the third. Spoinkinator, Lightning Section trying to make a charge, but Chairman of the Board leaving everybody in the dust. Master of his Domain and Sincerest Form charging late, but it's going to be Christian and Chairman of the Board with the win, followed by Sincerest Form, Spoinkinator, Lightning Section, No Fanfare, Master of His Domain. All 6 win money. So they all got a little bit, but chairman of the board, the winner.
All right, yeah, congrats, Christian. And we got some horses with top 3 finishes out of this group now.
There we go.
All
All
right.
right.
Same setup, but we're looking at 4 to 7 year olds now.
Nice. Andrew's got some. There you go. All right. We double the field for this one, 12 horses and several former winners here. You've been warned with 2 victories, Prospectus with 1, Rise to Vote Sir, and then Deliberate Speed and Gefilte Fish, also former winners, but they're all G horses. So should have another very close race. Walt's got 2 horses in here, and Andrew also with 2.
Yeah, but by far the most career prize money is Rise to Vote, sir, and prize money per entry too, with those 2 wins.
Indeed. All right, let's head out to the synthetic track. Another beautiful day here in Gainesville, and they're off. Gefilte Fish with the early lead over Moral Hazard, Yeti's Abyss, Rise to Vote Sir. Moral Hazard now up in the lead. Yeti's Abyss not far behind, but about a 4-horse race. As Rise to Vote Sir comes up into third, Deliberate Speed, Ping Pong, Prospectus trying to keep pace, but Rise to Vote Sir and Yeti's Abyss are leading as we go past the halfway point. Deliberate Speed right there as well. Moral Hazard in fourth. Ping Pong now up into third. Rise to Vote Sir takes the lead. Very close race as we come around the turn. Moral Hazard now in the lead. You Big takes it from him. Factoid and Prospectus charging as we head down the stretch. You Big trying to hold off the field. Factoid not far behind. Prospectus is right there. You've been warned now in fourth, and it's going to be You Big with the big victory. Rise to Vote Sir in second for Walt. Factoid for Zach in third, followed by You've Been Warned, Yeti's Abyss, Prospectus, Ping Pong, Gefilte Fish, Moral Hazard, Deliberate Speed, The Velocitizer, and Speak Easy. Am I missing any there?
No, yeah, I think you got them all, man. Good job.
Okay, we got him. There
Yeah.
we go.
And an unowned horse spoiling the race for our competitors. But hey,
Yeah.
Rise to Votes are the 2-time winners up in second with another good race
Right there.
for that horse.
There you go.
So congrats to you, Big. Look for them in a claims race in the future, maybe.
Nice. Keep our eye out for that. All right. We are on race number 5.
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right. Back down to a small field, but our first maiden race of the day, as Chris mentioned, 4 maiden races, most we've ever had on a race day. And as I said, just 6 horses here, no former winners, but all Fs. So should be another very close race.
Pretty evenly matched on paper. Debut for Future World.
Nice. All right, let's head out to the turf. 6 horses in the gate and they're off. Future World in their first race out to an early lead, followed by Forget About It, Grace's Pick, Jacuzzi Snowfall, Moratorium, and Presence. Future World, though, big lead over the field. Jacuzzi Snowfall. That's a tough one, Chris. Now in the third, Grace's Pick up in the second, but we've got a 5-horse race. We'll hear more about Presence after the race. It looks like might have been injured, but Future World maintaining that lead as we come around the turn. Jacuzzi Snowfall in second, followed by Moratorium now up in the third. Forget About It and Grace's Pick, fourth and fifth, but Moratorium charging strong here at the end. Big lead as we head to the finish, and it's going to be Johnny and Moratorium with the victory. Jacuzzi Snowfall holds on for second for Alex, and Future World for Walt ends up in third, followed by Grace's Pick, Forget About It. And as we mentioned, Presence unable to finish the race, and we'll head over to Chris for an update on Presence. So again, congrats to Johnny and Moratorium before that. Go ahead, Chris.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Looks like the word is that Presence suffered a season-ending injury.
Oh,
Yeah. And so as a reminder, let's see here. This is our fifth injury in the history of our sport. And it was crazy because the first one was in the second race ever, and then there were none until day 16, which we had two, and then we also had one on day 17. So as a reminder, there's three different severities of injury. The least severe is you get double fatigue. The middle severe is season ending, which is what has happened to Presence. And then the most severe is a career ending injury. So we'll hope that uh, Presence heals up, gets well soon. Um, but maybe not everyone's thinking of this right now, but I'll mention that Presence is eligible to breed at the end of the year and can come back next year.
Nice, nice. All right. Thanks for the info, Chris.
Yes.
We will
And
wish a speedy recovery to Presence, or at least, be back healthy next year.
yes. All
All
right, so
right.
let's look at race seven.
All right. Another maiden race. And out on the turf, 10 furlongs. F for Fenton, all F horses here. And since it is a maiden race, of course, no former winners. We do have a few horses that have placed and a couple that have showed. But as we said, maiden race, everybody looking for their first career win. And the first race in the careers of Take Me to Your Leader, Updog, Serendipity, and Rickety Cricket. That would be for Walt and for
Mark.
Mark. Yes. All right.
All right.
All right. Out to the turf. Horses are in the gate and they're off. Hippie DNA, Jumbo Cheesema jumping out early for Casey, along with Serendipity for Mark. Rickety Cricket, Updog, Sudden Burst, Fumble Rooski, Take Me to Your Leader, and Chocolate Mercury rounding out the field. But right now, as we head down the backstretch, Jumbo Cheesema with a slight lead over Rickety Cricket and Serendipity. Hippie DNA trying to keep pace, but Jumbo Cheesema trying to pull away. Half-length lead over the field for Jumbo Cheesema. Rickety Cricket looking like the only horse keeping pace. As we come down the stretch, Jumbo Cheesema lengthening his lead over the field. Hippie DNA not far behind, trying to make it 1-2 for Casey. Fumblerooski in third, Serendipity in fourth, but it's looking like Jumbo Cheesema. Fumblerooski's charging, Serendipity right there. It's actually a photo finish, and Jumbo Cheesema for Casey ends up with the victory. Serendipity, a late charge for Mark, but ends up in second. Fumblerooski for Stefan in third, followed by Take Me to Your Leader, Updog, Rickety Cricket, Hippie DNA, Chocolate Mercury, and Sudden Burst. Congrats to Casey on the victory.
Yeah, congrats, Casey. And didn't that end up being closer than you thought it was going to be?
Absolutely.
Man, what a charge.
Look at what Serendipity did.
Yeah, look at down here. And
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, Jumbo Cheesema's almost done. And
Yeah.
then this close. And then even here.
Crazy close by Serendipity.
Yeah. But yeah, congrats to Casey. Get one for Jumbo Cheesema. First time
There you
winner,
go.
of course.
Very nice.
All right, let's
All
look
right.
at race 7.
Let's do it. Race number 7. This would be our third of the 4 maiden races we've got. This one out on the dirt, 10 furlongs, and all E horses for this $70,000 purse. And we've got 9. And only one horse, Cabra Khan, has placed. All others, no top 3 finishes. So definitely going to get some money here.
Yeah,
Only 2 horses even won money so far. So,
yeah.
And keep an eye on the Prowl and the Quad Laser in their first races ever. The Quad Laser, I probably say that's my favorite name all the time for like every horse. But the Quad Laser is like top 5. It's not even.
Ooh, yeah. All right, good. Yeah, good one. All right, yes.
If you name a horse on something that cannot be defeated with
Yeah.
anything, no,
Let's
that's
see.
good. That's a good thing. So
Let's see if they
We'll
can live
see.
up to that name.
there we go. All right, out to the dirt. Horses are in the gate. And they're off. The Quad Laser out to the early lead, followed by On the Prowl, Olive del Boca Vista, Cabra Khan, Conundrum, Your Nightmare, ABC Order, Inventory Stickler, and Czar of Cyan. Rounding out the field, Cabra Khan up into the lead. Olive del Boca Vista in second. Your Nightmare up into third. The Quad Laser back up into second now. And into first, going back and forth, Quad Laser. Now half-length lead. as we're past the halfway point. Cabricon right there. Czar of Cyan trying to make it a 3-horse race, but the Quad Laser and Cabricon are pulling away. Inventory Stickler now up in the third. Olive Del Boca Vista right there. We've got a close one as we come down the stretch, but the Quad Laser's holding off the field. Czar of Cyan now late charge into second. Cabricon in third, but it's going to be the Quad Laser
You
for
cannot.
Alex. Unbelievable. You
You
cannot defeat the Quad Laser. We
Yeah, how
have
about
proven.
that?
How about that?
Yeah.
Czar of Cyan in second for Andrew, and Conundrum for Nate in third, followed by Olive Del Boca Vista, Inventory Stickler, Cabricon on the prowl, your nightmare ABC order. But you can't say you couldn't write the script, because I could have written the script.
You
Quad Laser,
you kind of did.
that's right. Quad Laser with the win. I should have picked that as my dark horse.
You should have picked that. Yeah.
Congrats to Alex.
Yeah,
Nicely done.
congrats. Yeah, congrats, Alex. The Quad Laser now career undefeated because 1 for 1. And this is big. Alex's first career win. Also,
There it is. I was wondering that. I wasn't sure. I thought maybe he won last week, but
no,
awesome.
big congrats to Alex.
Congrats to Alex. All right. All right, let's head to race 8.
Yes, race 8.
Are we on race 9 now? Race 8. All right, last maiden race of the day. Back out on the dirt. Still 10 furlongs. And we've got 8 horses. If you remember from the pregame, my dark horse candidate, Gate 8, Red Scamper for Brett. 10 career entries, no wins. Does have 2 career shows, though. And we'll see how Red Scamper does. Several horses with a lot of races, and then several with barely any. So Crucial Thanks. This will be their first race, and only the second race for Haywire and Don't Get Me Started.
All right, yeah, let's see. Maybe you should have picked the Quad Laser, but we'll see how you do
We'll
here.
see. Yeah, maybe maybe it's good picks all around. All right, they're in the gate on the dirt. Beautiful Gainesville, Florida, and they're off. Haywire out early over Nuclear Option there in second. Brostradamus now up into second. Red Scamper right there. No Thanks Diplomat. The Nuclear Option, Don't Get Me Started, and a dull roar rounding out the field. But it's Haywire setting the pace so far. Red Scamper scampering past him into the lead as we get the halfway point. Brostradamus right there. Haywire not far behind and now taking the lead from Red Scamper. But Red Scamper is keeping pace and retaking the lead. Brostradamus now far behind. Red Scamper with a half-length lead as we come around the turn. We're on the stretch. Red Scamper's got a half-length lead over the field. Brostradamus is right there. Nuclear Option charging fast. But Red Scamper's holding them off as we come to the line. It is Red Scamper. The dark horse finally takes it home. Congrats to Brett. And Brostradamus in second. No Thanks Diplomat in third, followed by the Nuclear Option. Crucial Thanks. Haywire, a dull roar. Don't Get Me Started. You got me started. Red Scamper won. My dark horse won.
Yeah. I don't know who to congratulate more.
I know, right?
Brett, congrats on the win, and Jimmy, congrats. The dark horse detective called the winner.
If you noticed when I said it too, I was like, I was so much more excited that I had my dark horse, and then I was like, yeah, Brett's horse won. Yeah.
Brett here acknowledging he's happy about the win, and he says detected.
Finally.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
Hey, good work.
All right. Thanks a lot. Great race there. And yeah, really 4 very good maiden races there.
They were
Very
fun.
cool. Very
We
good.
got three left. This is race 9. It was canceled, so 3 to go.
All right.
Right? Is that right? Yeah.
Jimmy's one. I think it's a little better than that, but it might as well be that 1 for 39. So, all right, just 6 horses in this one. Our only claiming race. Sorry, we did have 2 claiming races. No horses entered in the first one, so we've just got the single claiming race. $50,000 will get you one of these wonderful horses, and checks in the mail. Or I'm sorry, where were we? No, Frush. That's right, Frush, the only former winner, 2 wins out of the 7 career entries for Frush. But that's what I mentioned. Checks in the mail. Huge favorite as a D horse going up against 2 Fs, 2 Is, and a K. So will checks in the mail hold off the field, or will we get a huge upset, perhaps from Andrew, since he's got half the field here?
Yeah.
with Bear Patrol, Stampedo, and Almost Yankee. So
I think it's also worth mentioning D grade horses have gone for more than 50,000 before, and they went for way more than that in the draft. But in claiming races, they've sold for that. So something to
very true.
watch.
Definitely. All right. Also mentioned Comrade knocking at the door, second place in 3 of their races. So
Man.
look out for them as well. All right, we're out on the dirt. Horses in the gate, and they're off. Checks in the mail out early over Stampedo, Bear Patrol, Froosh, Almost Yankee, Comrade. Now up in the third, Stampedo, though, with an early lead as they go down the backstretch. Checks in the mail, keeping pace. Froosh now in third. Bear Patrol now up in the fourth. And checks in the mail's got a half length lead as we go past the halfway point. Bear Patrol now up in the second. Stampedo in third. Comrade, unfortunately, we may have another injury as they went down earlier in the race, but checks in the mail, doing what he's supposed to do for Johnny over a full length lead, and it's going to be checks in the mail just walking in to that victory. Congrats to Johnny Froosh with a strong second for Nate. And we've got a photo finish for a third. It's going to be Bear Patrol holding off Stampedo and Almost Yankee. Your 3 horses owned by Andrew in third, fourth, and fifth. And as we said, Comrade going down early. But congrats to Johnny and checks in the mail on the victory. And Chris, I'm sure there's going to be an update on Comrade.
Yeah, and injuries are very rare, but these kind are even more rare. We've got our second ever career-ending injury.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so too bad for Walt. And thoughts with Comrade. I'll mention Comrade can still breed, but racing days are over. I
Wow.
yeah,
Crazy.
I did make this so we can summarize Comrade's career. Jimmy, 9 entries. Those 3 second place finishes, like you said.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, Walt last year had over and over and over again second place finishes, and Comrade was part of that. $45,000 career winnings, 20th horse ever drafted. All 9 races were for Walt Stable, or for that time last year when it was Walt and Charlie Stable.
Nice.
All right, but yeah, congrats though to Johnny. And
Indeed.
I think this is kind of interesting. I can't remember a race when the horses finished in exactly the same order as their post positions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was sort of novel.
That's pretty cool. There's no way that's happened before, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean the odds are low.
Nice.
All right, hey Jimmy, we had some claims.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, so first checks in the mail.
$50,000.
Yes, 50,000.
Let's see
Uh,
what we got.
so checks in the mail, there were 2 claims on checks in the mail. Nate won the claim.
Ooh,
So congrats to Nate and
the
and and
rich
I
get
think
richer.
yeah, and I suppose also to Johnny for the 50 grand on top of the prize money for this win.
Indeed.
And then Froosh was claimed by Charlie.
Oh,
So that makes checks in the mail free for Nate, or Nate traded Froosh for checks in the mail.
nice. Nice. All right.
Um,
Like we said, sorry for Conrad, but congrats again to Johnny. Of course, getting the win and then sending it off. So, yeah, getting the winnings and getting the claim money. Not
yeah,
bad.
good for Johnny, who was second place coming into today.
Absolutely. All right, let's head to our penultimate race of the day. I was really trying to get a dark horse out of this one, but I found it impossible because it's never been a field like this. It's
That's
all
stacked.
B's, C's, and D's.
Yeah,
And
20 of them. B's, C's, and
insane.
D's. Well, let's see, is there anyone we should highlight? Chips and Medallions is 12th career race. She's out there all the time. Uh,
Hmm.
Career debuts for unknown artists.
See, maybe Chips and Medallions, very similar to Red Scamper in
Okay.
the having all those career entries and no wins yet, and
Right.
also owned by Brett. So,
Yeah, and the 2 career shows actually.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So,
yeah, career debuts for unknown artist, Grunka Lunka and Infinite Wisdom.
Grunka Lunka, Grunka Lunka. have to practice that one a little bit.
And then if we're gonna pick a favorite, it's got to be one of those three B grade horses.
For sure. We've got Foos Picket Fence. We've got For Old Time's Sake, and then WTF Why the Face in their second race. So
Yeah.
Christian's got two B horses in there looking for the win. And then, as we said, Andrew's got For Old Time's Sake, but was that three C's, and then ton of D.
Ton of D's. All right, looks like they're ready, Jimmy.
Let's do it. 20 horses. The gates are packed. They're full out on the synthetic track here in Gainesville. And they're off. Foos Picket Fence out to an early lead, followed by Spothead, as stated in the second now. Mademoiselle, Up in Smoke, Infinite Wisdom, Stay Hydrated, Snacky Chan, rounding out the top half of the field. But as stated, up there, setting the pace. Why the Face not far behind. Now taking the lead. Situation Ship now up into second, taking the lead as we're past the halfway point. Situation Ship, WTFY the Face, as stated, setting the pace. 3-horse race, 4 Old Time Sake making it 4. Now it's getting even closer, but Up in Smoke, half-length lead. It's a crazy race as we come down the stretch. 4 Old Time Sake now taking the lead. Up in Smoke right there. Unknown Artist, Foos Picket Fence charging hard. It's a photo finish. And Unknown Artist for Charlie making the late charge gets the win. Christian gets second and third with Foos Picket Fence and WTFY the Face. For Old Time's Sake, finishing in fourth, followed by Up in Smoke, Snacky Chan, Spothead, as stated, Enchantment, Situation Ship, Infinite Wisdom, Stay Hydrated, Folklore, Wind Up Delivery, Miso Soup, Mademoiselle, Grunkalunka, saving me there, and Snafu, Chips, and Medallions there, rounding out the field. But congrats again, Charlie, an Unknown Artist.
Yeah, congrats, Charlie and Christian, really biting at his heels, second and third. I think this is Charlie's first win as his own stable, first win this year.
Oh, there we go.
But I'm actually not positive about that. He may have won last week or 2 weeks ago. But yeah, congrats to Unknown Artist.
I think you're right, but I'm not sure either.
All right. Yeah, congrats, Charlie.
Nicely done. For sure.
All right. Jimmy, one more race today.
Nice race there for our penultimate race of the day. Let's race 11 horses ready to rock. Got some talent in this field as well, but it's a short one, just 6.5 furlongs on the dirt. We've got Recency Bias, the 1B horse. We've got Supply and Demand and Sugar Bomb, along with They're All Pipes as seahorses. Not those kind of seahorses, sea gray horses. And then Torrential Downpour D. So we've got a tight one. It's not as tight as the last one, but still a good field here.
Yeah, only one horse has a win, and they have 2 career wins and 2 second place finishes. That's Johnny's Moving Picture Show. So
we also once again have a horse with double-digit entries, no wins, owned by Brett.
That's right. Brett
runs
them. Can't win if you don't play.
That's right.
All right.
Last race of the day. Thanks for joining us, everybody, here in beautiful Gainesville. And the horses are in the gate. And they're off. Recency Bias out early over Sugar Bomb. Gadsden Tide there in third. Groundskeeper now up into second. Supply and Demand. Gadsden Tide in fourth. Jealous Lover there in fifth. But Sugar Bomb has the lead over Recency Bias and trying to build it as we're past the halfway point. Sugar Bomb a half-length lead over Recency Bias, who has a half-length lead over Gadsden Tide. They're all pipes charging up into second now. And on Sugar Bomb's heels, Recency Bias right there. And we've got a few horses trying to make it a tight race. 3 to 4 horse races we come down the stretch. Jealous Lover, they're all pipes. Recency Bias, all switching. Gadsden Tide charging hard. We've got a photo finish. So many horses there at the end. And it's looking like Christian and Jealous Lover gets the win in the photo finish. Gadsden Tide for Brett up into second. Sugar Bomb for Jesse in third, followed by They're All Pipes, Supply and Demand, Torrential Downpour, Recency Bias, Groundskeeper, None the Wiser. That's how they get you. And Moving Picture Show rounding out the field. Congrats, Christian. Second win of the day, or is that? No, the win. Got second and third last race.
Yeah, second and third last race. The win here in the last race. Congrats, Christian. And yeah, that was a close race. When it was at this point, it was three Wetzels, father and two sons, with big leads, shuffling all over. Yeah, that was fun.
And then yeah, what it was probably 6 or 7 horse race there by the end.
Yeah, after that and all their shuffling, the other horses started to charge. And recency bias, look at this fall.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so
Yeah, that was a 7 horse race.
the non-Wetzels, Gadsden Tide, Sugar Bombs, some horses closed late.
It was a bit of a slow moving picture show there at the bottom.
Yeah,
Not to pick on you, all right, Johnny, but
it was. So all right, yeah, congrats, Christian and Jimmy. That's all our races for tonight.
all righty.
Let's see if we can
Take a
update.
see if we can update the standings.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for joining us. That was yeah, some tight ones, very tight races there.
Let's go back to those Google search autofills there. I'm curious.
I should be more
Very
careful.
entertaining.
All right, there's the standings, Jimmy.
All right. Johnny in first, 3 wins on the year. One of 3 stables with 3 wins. I'm sorry, 4 stables with 3 wins. Christian's got 4. But Johnny with the lead. Alex not far behind there. Probably looks about $35,000-$40,000. For
Well, hey,
second, Casey now in the
Yeah.
third. Brett up into fourth, Kalen in fifth, and Andrew in sixth. There's your top 6 for the money right now. Our last year's champion Nate nipping at Andrew's heels, trying to get in that money right there. Christian now up over $1 million. Charlie there in ninth, followed by Walt, Jesse, me, Stefan, Zach, and Mark.
Yeah, and you'll notice. Remember, Johnny sold a horse for $50,000 today, and that's
Oh,
made up the gap. He would have otherwise stayed in second behind Alex. But the $50,000 from the sale has put him into first. And then, yeah, Kalen fell from third to fifth, but look how close those horses are. These
yeah,
stables
so
are.
close. Less than 20,000
Yeah, so we
separating.
got a good one already.
Less than 30 between third and sixth. Woo. Yes.
Awesome.
Very good one.
Yeah, two race days in, and it's already fun.
Nice.
All right, guys, I'll update the website tonight. Jimmy, you want to sign us off?
All right. Thanks, Chris. For Chris Lewis, I'm Jimmy Rakes. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. Night, everybody.